By leaking some strange tea, Blueface seems to be blaming Con for Junior's problems while he is confined. If you thought that Blueface's imprisonment would prevent him from being a menace and causing chaos, you clearly don't understand how messy this man is. Fans, you have been sidelined, reporting that the baby appears strange, but anytime someone brought it up, Con yelled at them, calling them haters, telling people to shut up, and even accusing them of attempting to harm her child. While it is true that talking about a baby can be quite problematic, Blueface is going above and beyond this time to warn us about Con. The streets are reporting that Miss Chrisean Sr. usually plays the victim when someone brings up her son and his problems. Given that CPS is allegedly investigating Chrisean, you won't believe how serious the situation is in this case. There is a lot going on, therefore we must dissect it. Accountability, and gives the impression that everyone else is the issue rather than her. But a few days ago, she went live on Instagram to vent her frustration at Blueface's constant reminders of their child during arguments. As you are all aware, Blueface detests it when she dates someone else, and she recently dated the new enigmatic man. We quickly recognized after seeing this video that he will be crashing out inside bars because he and Chrisean were married in a jailhouse ceremony last December. He uploaded a video of his other side piece to demonstrate that he is having affairs with other women. But when Con started seeing someone else, for whatever reason, he still lost it. According to Chrisean, he became so distraught that he included their child Junior in it. Even though it sounds terrible, Blueface has been mistreating the child ever since Con revealed her pregnancy, so it shouldn't be shocking. A few hours after she did, Blueface formally denied being the father in a tweet, answering all of your inquiries. Although Rock and I are officially done, it's all business. When I tried it, I could see that it had not been given before she announced she was pregnant and that the child was not mine. Rock had dated 10 different men in the past year before I saw a DNA test, and the results indicated that the kid wasn't Blueface's and wasn't mine. Their relationship naturally became quite tumultuous, full of drama and back and forth arguments. But in the end, Con chose to get a DNA test, and the results revealed that Blueface was the father. However, if anyone believed that he would mature or show some remorse after learning that he was a parent, we were all set. Instead, by pressing Chrisean to get rid of the baby and threatening to punish her in the same toxic way he had always treated her, he became even more disrespectful and, if anything, made things worse. Clearly, he had no interest in becoming a real husband or father. His text to Chrisean would include statements such as, "I won't even pretend to hide the fact that I will be a cheater forever. You don't want to be left at home with a baby while I'm with the next young person, and you don't want to be stuck with someone like me given how I already feel about you. Whatever the judge is on my child support case, I told this girl I don't want the baby, and she's still got time to get rid of it, and she's forcing it on me. So you better make the brace right," Blueface aggressively stated on Twitter after Con declined. In addition to pressuring her to terminate the pregnancy, he attempted to coerce her into doing so. "She wants to catch me. Don't allow her to prevail." According to him, she still has time to put an end to all of this. He explained that he would take on very little responsibility for the child and that he had no intention of ever paying child support. But he persisted in his demands even after the baby was born. He would clumsily add, "I knew something was off. I doubt that's my baby," when he claimed to be the father. The DNA test was out of my control, and when I read it, it looked a little strange, funny. In addition, if you are an alleged father who lives in Los Angeles and the man who is claiming the child lives in Bimore, why would you have a child in Bimore? Compared to me, they seem more alike. How are you feeling? I have 2 children and a baby mother, he stated. Up till further notice, I am accessible. I'm free for the whole year, which is the biggest news, but there are definitely more. Fans noticed that Chrisean Jr. was not reaching the typical developmental stages of a child as he grew older. Speculation that he was incapacitated was rife, and Blueface was more than happy to join the chorus. He claimed that Junior's problems stemmed from Chrisean's pregnancy-related behavior. He disclosed in his essay she smoked a blunt that she had smoked on the way to the hospital. "I don't think I can get the kid for real. I don't intend to take the baby. But if you're not showing the right signs, I'll do what's best." On our way to the hospital, we attended a concert about smoking before labor and smoking during giving birth. He went on, "My son is not healthy because she drank, smoked, and got hit during her whole pregnancy. She couldn't even take 1 month off." Then he disclosed that the baby had a hernia and was pulling her. He posted an extremely improper photo of Junior and stated, "This is what my son D looks like, and she worried about me and little baby," as the caption. He had no interest in getting the photo changed. The problem was made worse by Blueface's tweet, "I'll post it if I'd like to. It's my son. Who will counsel me against making a mistake? Put an end to your conversation." He then began a lengthy tirade on Twitter, claiming, "Baby still hasn't had the surgery for his hernia. She's lying, talking about." "I try to do the right thing to keep it private," he wrote on Twitter. "But this girl keeps going on and on. Leave, you're a crack baby. She has a child. Yes, she is unfit. She has been skipping the appointment and postponing the surgery in order to accomplish it." Additionally, he tried to reveal Chris's substance use. "Despite the fact that our son is healthy," she adds, "fix our son's seat first, then go find somebody else to ride," alluding to me and my seat. To stop her from focusing on me, please tag her in this post, on her page, or in any other manner you can. The items she desires. When I went to Baltimore, I assumed it was surgery, but they said she never showed up. Despite this, Chrisean refused to take responsibility, asserting that Blueface's true intention was to remove the child from her. She cautioned, "Don't sit here and rely on it now, while Blue is aware that a surgical visit has already been planned. I've been going to all these appointments in Baltimore, Blueface, and all of a sudden you pulled this card, making an effort to have my child taken away from me while I'm living my dream." People were beginning to notice her behavior, so she began to rebrand and seem as though she was leaving Blueface. Fans have said that she never takes responsibility for her actions. She claimed that Blueface had a soul tie with her in an effort to assign responsibility. She also composed emotional statements such as, "I would rather not be rocked anymore. I would rather not be famous. I messed up. I should have stayed in school. But I had to separate my heartbreak from the biggest thing I prayed for in the beginning. But I'm not going to move out of fear. I'm fine with moving on. I'm fine with letting go. I'm fine with letting go of anything that's not for me. Having a child won't stop me from earning money, learning, expanding my love, and spending time with myself. I don't. I'm fortunate and highly favored, so that's all that matters at the moment. I am excited to share my story, highs and lows, because I will win in the end. I need $1 from anyone who wants to help this kid. Tell him no. That was a step today, but how can you break a soul tie?" She said, allegedly stopping Blueface. "My son didn't like that I was still giving him a piece of me, so I had to take a step back. How could a man who doesn't want to be the father of my only sons still find me attractive? Man, I almost fell for this guy who reached out to me today. I was thinking, what am I doing for real?" With a glance at my youngster, she proceeded, saying, "Hold up, cut the immature selfishness out. It turned out that Junior might have more serious problems than we first thought, so that didn't work. I'm going to tell you to stop bothering me now that I'm feeling self-conscious and find another situation to focus on. Homie too, or you could seriously hurt yourself from your choices if you keep messing around." People couldn't help but notice that something wasn't quite right during Chrisean's intense Instagram live in January when she was defending getting a tattoo of Blueface's face on her own. Junior could be heard crying in the background, but there was a hint of something going wrong in the tone of his voice. On top of all of that, though, there were further worries about the potential that Junior was experiencing vision problems. In a number of films, he seemed to be gazing into space, but not reacting normally. He was able to keep his head up, but something still seemed strange, as most infants of his age usually do when they are reaching for objects or watching activities. However, supporters are certain that she is in denial, and it appears that when it was revealed during Junior's first birthday celebration that he was unable to walk or even stand on his own, things became even more concerning. Chrisean tried to make him appear to be standing by supporting him on her legs. Fans, however, were able to see right through that. Even though it's true that infants develop at their own rate and that not all youngsters are walking by their first birthday, fans couldn't help but see it as just another warning flag given the pre-existing issues. It didn't end there, either. Former Crone acquaintance Janet came out to claim that Crone was ignorant of Junior's condition and that she had tried to get him the help he needed, but Crone had obstructed her attempts. To demonstrate the extent of her denial, she took Junior to a recent event where it was evident to all that he still does not receive the help that a 2-year-old could need. Could not keep his head up. Many people's worries that something is amiss and that Crone is making every effort to avoid dealing with it were only reinforced by this. Seeing it was heartbreaking. Junior's problems were even attributed to Crone by Blueface's mother, Chrisean. With statements like, "How is Chrisean not in jail for what she did to her baby?" an obvious child, and lack of care. The fans and you have been demanding that Chrisean be arrested. For heaven's sake, where state is she claiming to reside in? Gon should be imprisoned for incompetence, endangering children, and purposefully harming a baby, and she is avoiding the CPS. Because of all they did to get rid of him throughout his performance, Junior is not only not making eye contact or acknowledging people, but he is also not walking. However, it is rumored that while incarcerated, Blueface formally reported child endangerment to CPS. That seems to have led to a formal investigation and raised questions about Chrisean's future. Fans, however, are certain that he didn't care about Livin Jr. Instead, he invented this allegation primarily out of jealousy over Chrisean's choice to continue dating someone else. Please share your thoughts about this in the comments section below, and don't forget to watch the following video.